Hello viewers, I am Sushant Vimal, a Pgdm student at MS Ramaya Institute of Management. Today we are going to have a candid conversation with our team about how students can navigate their journey with more confidence and purpose. Every year, 100 of students step into Pgdm program with their dreams, ambitions, expectations, and sometimes a little of anxiety, like I also had. They have questions about their placement, their career, about leadership skills, AI, and about their future. But what if they could get answers before their first class? So, in the very first episode of our Team's Playbook, we will sit with our team to have an honest conversation about what they should know, what they can avoid, and how can they truly make their PGDM journey count. So, in our first segment, the myth versus reality round. And so, what is the biggest myth students have about the PGDM program?
Namaste, and thank you for inviting me. And it's always a pleasure talking to each one of you. And I do understand how anxious people would be before stepping into Pgdm program as such. So since you asked me, what is the myth? Can you get back to me the question?
Yes, ma'am. What is that one biggest myth students have about their PGDM program?
Oh, yeah. The myth about the Pgdm program is it is not just a degree for you. It is not a pathway to placements. It is actually something that I would call it as a life-changing transformation journey that you people should use it in these 2 years. How you equip yourselves, how do you use the environment, your faculties, your alumni network, and your peers, that is your classmates. It's all something very important. So first thing that I would say is don't think that Pgdm is a pathway to placements. It is a transformational journey. That's how I would say that is the myth you should break.
Moving to our next question, ma'am. What is that one thing student thinks matters a lot but actually doesn't?
Oh yeah, that's a wonderful question. I would say is one thing which matters a lot for a Pgdm student is to be aware of himself or herself. They should be knowing their own strengths, firstly. Second is how to make the best use of their classmates, because some of your classmates may be your future clients, your references, or maybe even they have their own companies, right? So that is something that you should cultivate. Secondly, I would say is how best you can with your faculties. How do you spend your after hour classes is another important. And repeat, how do you spend your after class hours is very crucial. Yeah.
What is one thing students often ignore but later realize it was extremely important?
Oh yeah, I think that is in continuation with your question too, as it goes on saying that what is that thing that he or she missed during these 2 years is many a times we hear about networking, right? I would say step a little more ahead. It is not something we should stop with networking. We should start building relationships, right? So how do we build relationships? On the digital platform, what's your presence? How does your LinkedIn profile look like? Is something that you should create in these 2 years and should not wait for placements season to start. It should be the baseline at which you should start from day 0, not day 1.
Our next segment is the next frontier. If AI and automation continue to evolve rapidly, what should students start doing from day 1 to stay relevant?
Yeah, in an evolving world of disruption, I would say, in terms of AI and changing technologies. Technologies change, algorithms will get faster, but some skills that you should always remain is how well you can think critically when the answers are not clear, and how effectively you can communicate. Not only communicating effectively, it's important to be responsible while communicating and be curious. One word of caution is while using AI, you should learn to use AI, although I do agree, but should not get carried away by the outcome of the AI results. Okay, AI is something that should be a co-partner with you, but not something which will help you take judgments. Right? AI and technology may not help you to look at this room, take decisions, and also take responsibility when something fails. The whole onus lies on you. So use AI cautiously.
The next question is, what skills will remain valuable even when technology changes everything around us?
What skills?
What skills will remain valuable even when technology changes everything around us?
Okay, what skills would remain? I would see this question as a continuation to your previous one. The skills, something which I call as transformational skills. Your ability to think, your ability to communicate, and your ability to even be grounded to the core values. So it is your curiosity which will take you further. You need to stay curious, yet grounded, take hard decisions. These are the skills. I would say the end loop is being human in the age of AI.
The next question is, what do recruiters look for today that they did not look for 5 years ago?
The recruiters are not just recruiting you for your degree or for your Pgdm as such. They are looking much beyond it. Before even visiting your campus for picking you up, they would have gone through your digital presence. Right? How does your LinkedIn page look like? What are the reels you follow on Instagram? Right? What do you post? So it's important that you should build your profile, or I would say a portfolio of your performance, be it internships, be it projects. Jump into the activities, student club activities, take part, come forward. One thing is, what I notice in students is, until they are told, they are not ready to take on the responsibilities. Right? So responsibilities and opportunities will knock only once. So it's for you to take on and show that you are capable of doing. So the recruiters today are looking for your adaptability and learning quotients rather than your degree alone.
Ma'am, what is that one opportunity students often fail on campus to utilize fully?
Oh yeah. The time that they spend in the class and also the time they spend after class hours. Mainly is the faculty connections and also with the alumni networking. I would say it this way, because these are candid conversations. You can talk freely with your faculties. You can actually connect with all the people around with ease when you are on your campus. Do you agree with me? Yes, ma'am. So how do you build your relationships with alumni? Have something that you can carry with you for lifetime. A word of gratitude to all the people. Maybe it is your supporting staff or your faculties or even the alumni that you build a relation in the hours that you are on your campus, that is your 2 years of your Pgdm program. It's important that you spend productively building lifelong learnings.
Next question is, ma'am, if you are joining a Pgdm program in 2026 as a student, what would be your personal strategy for the next 2 years?
Yeah, my strategy would be very clear. Firstly, I would gauge myself. I would understand what are my strengths and weaknesses, and I would try to be definitely building relationships with my classmates across. Apart from this, make sure that I am in touch with my faculties and also with my alumni. I will try to be part of most of these student clubs. I would go this way to you is, maybe in the first year I will be in the range, in a longer range, where we can talk about participating in sports, participating in club activities, but wherever given the responsibility of being, trying to learn something new, I would go in a range form. But in the second year, I will make sure I'm in the depth. That is, I will go specialized. Maybe building my digital presence, making my case study analysis probably published, and so on. Maybe I would do that. So year 1, I would go in a range basis. Year 2, I would go in depth.
And what will be your timetable outside the classroom look like?
Outside the classroom, my timetable would look like spending time with myself. I would spend time with my family. Suppose I'm a student. If you're asking me like a student, maybe I would, if I'm staying away from my family, I would make regular calls to my family, because staying with the family values makes me grounded. That is one. Secondly, what I would spend time is, probably I would learn a new hobby, or I would pursue my current hobby. Because from being an expert to be taking something in a hobby would be little different. So maybe I would spend time on being with myself. When I said, maybe I would draw, I would paint, I would play a guitar, or dance also. So something that we can relax and helps us connect with ourselves. After classes, definitely. And make sure that my digital presence, that is when I'm scrolling the reels, I make sure that I watch which will add value, read the new changes that are happening in the business or in the economy, to stay relevant.
That was very interesting to know. Thank you, ma'am, for your insights.
Thank you.
Next segment is making every moment count. When students graduate, what is the most common regret there?
The common regret on the day of convocation is, has it been 2 years since I took up the admissions? That is the first thing that comes to any student's mind. And they feel that they're going to miss their college days, college friends, faculties. Most of the things they start believing that they started missing. But they are also on the horizon of taking up new challenges. So what would they actually regret is, even though they come with a lot of plans, how to spend their 2 years of Pgdm program, but somewhere they would have missed out, staying connected with the faculties, being grateful for the services that they have given. It's something that I would always tell. It's better to go back to the faculties, to the non-teaching, administrative staff, and saying thank you for being part of my life for these 2 years. It makes my life so better, right? Because we learn from everybody, and being grateful is one of the important leadership skills. Yes.
The next question is, what are the 3 things that students should do before convocation?
3 things that they should do before convocation. Yes, they should have a portfolio, not just a resume. They should carry a portfolio, a combination of their internship programs, the projects. They should be able to carry it. It's important that they can showcase their expertise, what they did in these 2 years. That's very crucial. Refine their digital presence. It's important because they are stepping in, and don't wait for the placement season to start. Before convocation itself, it's always good to make yourself present at every point. That is why I repeatedly say your presence is important. What you are doing at that point of time, not only over a period of time. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now viewers, get ready for our next round. It's 60-second teen challenge round. So ma'am, we will start our round. Complete these sentences. Success is
Something that you can carry with honesty.
leadership is
Leadership is enabling others, playing on someone's strengths and not just their weaknesses.
networking is
Building long-term relationships and based on mutual trust and values.
and AI is
AI is your partner and it should only help you enhance your judgment.
Failure is.
Failure is a learning phase of life, but I would say how quickly can you bounce back?
And our last question is, the future belongs to people
Who are curious, quick to learn, and adaptable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So our last and final question is, fast forward to the convocation day 2028. What would make you say this batch truly made most of their Pgdms?
Make more friends, great relationships, and I would say be a ethical student and a responsible citizen of India. That would make me the happiest.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable time, and your advice would be really valuable for the upcoming Pgdm batch.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks.